Om Tat Sat. Namaste and good evening to all. Let's listen to one more story by GrandPa. Stories of animal world. Stories of animals in eminent lives. This is an incident I have personally experienced and seen. It was around the year of 1987 or 1988, almost 32, 33 years back. I used to stay at Chetpat in Chennai, in the headquarters of RSS. It was a three-storied building, the old one, before it was blasted by Islamic terrorists in 1992, 93. There were many who stayed there. I stayed there. That was my headquarters. At least once a week I would stay there for a day. I was given the task of RSS work in the southern part of Chennai. The others were colleagues working in various divisions, full-timers in RSS, full-timers in other organizations, those who went around on tour and stayed there on transit. It was a huge building. There was one person not directly connected with RSS. He was a sannyasi, Swami Jyotirmayananda was his name. I should have been around 27 years of age then. I think he was also of the same age, 1 or 2 years older than me. He was involved in writing a book on lives of contemporaries of Swami Vivekananda, all those who lived during the life of Swami Vivekananda. I had seen that book. It was a very large book, thousands of pages. And it was the result of a huge and continuous hard work and dedication. We could see that he used to stay in a room on the second floor. He was a fort of quietness, peace, not a man of many words. He would remain silent with a smile. We would also not disturb him as he was involved in writing and all his personal works. I used to go to his room once a while for some words from him, wise words or experiences. The first time I went there, we had a long discussion. It was a monologue. He used to speak. I just intervened with a few words. And the talk went well beyond 1 o'clock in the night. Then at around 1 o'clock, he said, "Will you have a cup of coffee?" I was surprised at this hour. How do we get coffee? I didn't say anything. He said, "Don't worry, I always take my coffee at this time." Then I nodded and he started the preparation. He had those tins of coffee powder, milk powder, sugar in his cupboard. He took those out. He took two glasses, tumblers, steel tumblers. He had a unique heater, very small, which he clipped onto the glass tumbler, and it was a coil we used to boil the water inside. So he took two glasses of water and attached the clip of heater, water heater coil. Water started boiling. Then he added milk powder and started stirring the powder so that it gets dissolved in the water. With a spoon, cling, 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 cling was the sound. I didn't notice it. Then he added coffee powder, again stirred it with the spoon, cling, 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 cling. And this table was at the corner of this room where two walls meet. We were facing east. I was to the left of the table. And as soon as this spoon, this sound started, a lizard, it came from somewhere and it descended and sat at the corner of the table, on the table. It just was there peacefully. I didn't notice it in the beginning. I said, "There is a lizard." He said, "Yes, yes, yes, it has come." Then he prepared the coffee. Coffee was done. He gave me one glass of my coffee, and then he took out a small plate and poured 2 or 3 spoons of coffee on the plate. He then blew air and made it cooler, reduced the heat of the coffee. When it was drinkable, cool, he placed the plate near the lizard. To my surprise, the lizard lifted its front of its body over the plate and carefully, and it started drinking coffee. It was a very surprising sight for me. I have seen cats and dogs drinking. Lizard with its tongue swaying out and drinking minute drops of coffee in each sway. That was a very nice sight. It drank almost the whole of coffee and then went away. He said it's a daily happening. I wanted to confirm it, so I went again the next day. Yes, it happened. And whenever I went in the night, stayed up to 1 o'clock, had coffee, and saw this sight, lizard drinking coffee, and came back. You see, the tiny creatures, lizard or a squirrel or a parrot, not the parrots which are trained which are imprisoned in the cage. No, free birds. For them to land on you, sit on your shoulders, sit on your lap or on your palm, to come near you, the person should be absolutely peaceful. He should be emanating vibrations of total non-violence, absolutely peaceful. He should be a fort of quietness and peace. Otherwise, and love. Otherwise, these creatures will not dare to come near a human. They are very timid. So this person who seemed to be very hectically involved in writing a book, he had fullness of nobility in him. That is why a lizard could come and share coffee with him. Such great men, and it is fortune that we have spent some time with them. Our humble pranams to Sri Swami Jyotirmayananda. I don't know where is he now. What does he do? Very active, very brisk, youthful, energetic, enthusiastic, and quiet, peaceful. That was Swami Jyotirmayananda. Okay, let us conclude this story. We'll continue this series with one more title from tomorrow. Namaste to all. Om Tat Sat.